Barry Joyce from Smart. Welcome to this next video. Now, in the series of videos, we've been going through the categories in order to give you some tips and some useful hints on hopefully to pass your CSCS test in 2025. Now, if you have been following the videos, you will know that there are approximately 711-ish questions on a CSCS test. You're going to get 50 out of them. The 50 questions are broke down into the categories that you can see in front of you. And today what we're going to be looking at is safety science categories. Now, if you have a look at the bottom, there are 52 questions on safety science, and you're going to get 3 of them. It's as simple as that. Now, when it comes to the safety science, as you're going to see in a moment, there are a hell of a lot of them that are really duplicated. So it's a nice, straightforward category, but you will be getting 3 questions on this category for your CSCS test. Okay, so if you've been following the videos, again, I highly recommend that you read the questions out. A lot of these questions will not need to read out because they're going to be science. Before all of my videos, I will read the question out and the answers, and it'll be the same voiceovers you will hear actually on your CSCS test.
What should you do if you see this label on a container or packaging? Dispose of the substance or contents by burning. Find out how to use the substance safely as it is flammable. Find out how to use the substance safely as it could explode. Warm up the contents first with heat or a naked flame.
Okay, so this one you'll notice a red and white diamond. So it is a warning, so it is going to be substances flammable. Have a look at the picogram inside. Nice straightforward one to get you going.
What are blue and white signs? Prohibition signs, meaning you must not do something. Safe condition signs, giving you information. Warning signs, alerting you to hazards or danger. Mandatory signs, meaning you must do something.
Okay, so your prohibition signs is a red and white circle with a picogram in the background. Your safe conditions are green, that's your information. Your warning signs is a yellow triangle. Your blue signs are mandatory signs. So if it had a picture, for example, which will come across no doubt in the next questions, like a helmet or a set of goggles, it means you must wear that particular item.
What does this sign mean? Warning, high voltage. Warning, rotating object. Warning, radioactive material. Warning, laser beams.
Yeah, so you now know the triangle, orange triangle's warning, and it's radioactive materials.
What does this sign mean? Plant operators wanted. Manual handling is not allowed. Storage area. Industrial vehicles operating.
Yeah, nice straightforward.
Which sign is categorized as a mandatory sign?
Remember, warning, prohibition, mandatory, must do, information signs green, so it's blue.
What are yellow and black signs? Safe condition signs, mandatory signs, meaning you must do something. Prohibition signs, meaning you must not do something. Warning signs, alerting you to hazards or danger.
You've got it.
Which of the following is a safe condition sign?
Yeah, so again, you know the green ones are safe condition.
What does this sign mean? Not for washing. Do not use the tap. Do not wash your vehicle. Not drinkable.
Okay, so water tap, not drinkable.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
Okay, so if you were to get this question on your test, all you have to do is drag your answer into the box. So prohibition, must not do. Mandatory, you know, is blue. Safe conditions, you know now, is green. And your warning signs are yellow.
What does this sign mean? Turn key to open fire door. Do not use if there is a fire. Fire hose reel located here. Press here to sound the fire alarm.
Okay, if anybody can see a fire hose in a workplace, please feel free to take a picture and send me it, because I've never seen a one for many of years. But the answer is fire hose, located here.
What does this sign mean? No smoking. Smoking is allowed. Danger. No naked flames.
Yeah, straightforward.
What does this sign mean? No safety helmets in this area. Dispose of damaged safety helmets here. Safety helmets must be worn. Only white safety helmets allowed in this area.
Helmet, mandatory.
What does this sign mean? Slip hazard. Water in work area. No barrier provided. Unstable surface.
It's a hazard.
What should you do if you see this label on a container or packaging? Do not use the substance as it is poisonous. Use the substance very carefully to avoid spills or splashing it on yourself. Find out what protection is needed as the substance is toxic. Make sure the substance is stored out of the reach of children.
Okay, the old skull and crossbow, it is toxic.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
It's the start of the duplication. I did say there's quite a lot, so let's go prohibition, mandatory, safe condition, warning.
Which sign means that a substance is corrosive?
That is harmful to health, danger to the environment, flammable, so that's corrosive.
What should you do if you see this label on a container or packaging? Do not use it as the substance is poisonous. Find out what protection you need as the substance is harmful. Use it sparingly as the substance is very expensive. Wear gloves and an apron as the substance can burn your skin.
Okay, so it's caution. So basically we need to find out what protection, we need to know what it is. So the substance is harmful, we need to know what we need to wear.
What does this sign mean? Hot surface, do not touch. Wear flame-proof hand protection. Fire alarm call point. Emergency light switch.
It is fire, there's the flame.
What does this sign mean? Assemble here in the event of a fire. Do not store flammable materials here. Parking reserved for emergency service vehicles. Fire extinguishers and firefighting equipment kept here.
So this one is somewhere in the... Yep, it is fire equipment kept here.
Which sign is categorized as a warning sign?
You've got it. Top here.
Which sign means that a substance is toxic if swallowed or inhaled?
Toxic, poison, remember, corrosive, danger to the environment, fire.
What does this sign mean? Hearing protection must be worn. Hearing protection can be worn. No personal electronic devices. Caution, noisy machinery.
Headphones, mandatory.
Which three of the following should be labelled with this sign? Raw asbestos. Plasterboard waste. Asbestos waste. Any product containing asbestos. Recyclable waste.
Okay, so warning contain asbestos, so basically anything that's got asbestos in your answer. Yeah, they just don't make sense. Anyway, Great. This is as easy as
What
it gets,
does this
guys,
sign
on
mean?
this category.
Wi-Fi enabled area. No mobile phones. Mobile phones are allowed. Mobile phone charging point.
What does this sign mean? Assembly point, fire point. Accident and emergency department, first aid.
First aid is always the green and white, like plus sign.
Which sign means that a substance could cause damage to organs if inhaled?
So damage to your body, harmful there.
Which sign is warning you about a slippery surface?
It's got to be that one. That one's trip.
What does this sign mean? It tells you where the canteen is located. It tells you which direction to walk in. It tells you where the site induction room is located. It tells you where to assemble in an emergency.
Yeah, information, that's your assembly point.
How should a container or any residue be disposed of if it has this sign on the label or packaging? If it is a liquid and less than 1 litre, you can pour it down a drain. Leave it somewhere for other people to deal with. Put it in any type of skip or bin. Follow specific instructions on the label and in the work instructions.
Nice and straightforward. Follow specific instructions. These are always going to be the answers. Follow this, follow that, follow safe systems of work. Always
What
the
should
answer.
you do if you see this label on a container or packaging? Find out what protection you need, as the substance is corrosive. Do not use it, as the substance is poisonous and could harm you. Find out what hand cleaner you will need, as the substance will not wash off easily. Wash your hands with cold water after you have used the substance.
Corrosive.
What does this sign mean? Warning: substance or contents are harmful. Warning: substance or contents are combustible or flammable. Warning: substance or contents could explode. Warning: dispose of substance or contents by burning.
Yeah, again, just look at the image there. It's combustible or flammable.
Which image shows the worker correctly following these site safety signs?
Okay, so for these type of questions, firstly, just pay attention to the top right, as you can see on your screen there. So this is mandatory. They must wear those following pieces of equipment there. So we just need to match up which one is wearing them all. So it's all 6. So for me, it's got to be... He's not wearing goggles, so it's got to be that one. Let's just double check. He's not wearing headphones. He's not wearing a mask. Yeah, it's got to be C.
What does this sign mean? Do not touch. Use the handrail. No gloves. Stop button.
Yeah, don't touch.
What does this sign mean? Warning: bright lights or lasers. Eye protection must be worn. Eye protection cleaning station. Goggles must be clean.
Yeah, mandatory eye protection.
What are round red and white signs with a diagonal line? Prohibition signs, meaning you must not do something. Warning signs, alerting you to hazards or danger. Mandatory signs, meaning you must do something. Safe condition signs, giving you information.
Okay, prohibition signs, just to remind ourselves. Warning signs, orange triangle. Mandatory, blue. Safe condition signs, green.
What does this sign mean? Safety gloves do not need to be worn. Safety gloves must be worn. Safety gloves must be carried at all times. Safety glove disposal point.
Yeah, You've got it.
Match the sign below with their correct descriptions.
Okay, so deal toxic.
Toxic.
We know it's that.
Harmful to the environment.
We now know it's that.
Corrosive.
We now know it's that.
Flammable.
And there you go. Nice and straightforward.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
Here we go. Prohibition, mandatory, safe, warning. There we go. I think that's about the fourth one we've had exactly the same.
What does this sign mean? Wellington boots must be worn. Be aware of slip and trip hazards. No dirty footwear past this point. Safety footwear must be worn.
Safety footwear must be worn.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
Here we go again. That's about 5 or 6, I think.
What do green and white signs represent? Prohibition signs, meaning you must not do something. Warning signs, alerting you to hazards or danger. Safe condition signs, giving you information. Mandatory signs, meaning you must do something.
Yep, safety signs.
Which sign is categorized as a prohibition sign? Which sign is a warning about high voltage electricity?
Okay, it's a warning sign, so it's got to be that one.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
And again, bang, 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 and bang, there we go.
Match the signs below with their correct categories.
You would just think it's exactly the same question.
What does this sign mean? Emergency shower, toilets and shower facilities. Fire sprinklers above. Emergency eye wash.
Okay, so if you look at this one, it's information sign, so you've got first aid and you've got a shower. So it's got to be emergency shower.
Match the signs below with their correct categories. Match the signs below with their correct categories.
We get 3 of these exactly the same.
What does this sign mean? Open the door by sliding it to the right. The site entrance is to the right. Escape route or emergency exit is to the right. One-way pedestrian route.
Yeah, so skip route emergency exits to the right.
Which sign means harmful to the environment?
Yes.
What does this sign mean? Emergency eye wash. Emergency shower. Safety glasses cleaning station. Warning, risk of splashing.
Again, so it's information sign, so you know it's first aid, you've got a bit of a shower head, and that is a picture of an eye. So it's got to be emergency eye wash station.
What does this sign mean? No entry during the day. No access for pedestrians. No entry without a hard hat. No lone working.
So it's no entry, so it's got to be no access to pedestrians. Okay guys, so that's your safety signs, so that's all 52 questions. There must have been that same question about 12, 13 times maybe, if you go back and have a look at the video, but that could be the case on your day. You just never know. It's live testing. You are going to get 3 of those questions. It would be nice if you got all 3. It'd also be nice if all of the categories was as easy as that. Okay, so I hope you now know your different signs. Bear in mind you will be getting 3 of them, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.